Our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified units ready to roll. So stop on by the dealership or online at copplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers are likely this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 and 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Welcome into the Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history. We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. It is day one of fall camp for the Nebraska football Cornhuskers.
Rep, this is crazy. We're both in a polo today.
Hey, we're like official. You must have a press conference today.
Press conference and practice.
Ooh.
So actually, I mean, and I notified you this morning. Bach will be coming in.
Bach.
Here in a few minutes. Rico took an entire week off this week.
Oh, this is Rico for Rico or Rico's Rico?
Yeah, Rico's Rico.
I wonder what he's got on tap.
Absolutely nothing.
A lot of video games, probably.
Yes. Yeah. He's not going anywhere.
And the kids still go to daycare then on that?
Yes.
Oh boy.
He wanted to go to a Royals game this week.
Nice.
But I don't think they worked it out. They figured out a way to go.
But you did.
He wanted to watch Ellie De La Cruz play
for
the Cincinnati Reds. And the Reds play at Kansas City this weekend. Or at some point this week. So yeah, good weekend. How was your weekend out in Kearney?
Well, I went out, worked at Buffalo County Fair, and it was hot. Man, it was crazy hot. Was it Thursday, Friday? Holy cow.
It was tough to breathe.
Cooled down a little bit, and then yesterday it was hot again. It was hot.
John Party walked by.
John Party came by the lottery trailer, so all the
country singer that was singing at the Buffalo County Fair.
Yep. So all the young ladies were swooning over John Party.
Raff got his picture.
Well, I was telling you on the air that before we came on the air, that I'd have no clue who John Party was if he walked by.
Did any of your employees take a picture with him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. They were excited.
Gotcha.
So it made their day. Their day.
Raff, I guess let's just dive right into Husker football here, because
let's dive.
I'm curious what kind of your expectation is ahead of today, right? We're gonna hear so the open portion for us for the media is a little after 8:45 a.m. So
what question are you gonna ask? I always love asking you this.
Depends on what we get told.
Ooh.
And depends on stuff, because I mean, there's rumors swirling, and we're not going to necessarily mention any of the rumors, but I mean, there's stuff out there. And I don't think 100% of it is true. I also know it's first day of fall camp, so I don't know if we're going to find out team personnel questions on day one. Now, I am curious to see, and this is just with a new coach, how much of practice do we get to see, right? What are they doing in practice, right? Because with previous regimes, it's been stretching, it's been jogging, it's been warm-ups. And not that it wasn't that in spring camp under Matt Rhule, but it was also much more than that.
So, okay, so when you have to be down there at what, 8:45?
Mm-hmm.
And what time did practice start? Does it start at 8:30?
I would assume 8. I would assume they're out there at 8.
Okay. So so I would assume you get to see a little bit.
They also, I'll say this, they also don't know what time it's going to get over.
Oh, so you might get down there and just be hanging out.
Well, so I'm going to come back because they'll have practice for at least a couple hours.
Yeah.
But so then I'll return, and then I'll head back down to the stadium in a little bit
because that's when Matt Rhule and 3 to 4 players will speak. But
so they open. Okay.
So they probably, because they usually are already in there and they have the doors closed and everything. We can't go in, but they're already in there.
Yeah.
And so that way, when we go in, well, first of all, it's like a mad rush.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to figure out where everybody's at.
Get your spot.
But then second of all, it's like they're somewhat started already, but they also do some things before they like start stretching at times.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's, I don't know. Like I'm intrigued. I'm obviously excited to see personnel wise who's lined up where.
Yeah.
I think obviously you're intrigued by the quarterback and wide receiver combinations. You would assume that Jeff Sims is throwing to Billy Kemp, and you would assume that maybe the backups are throwing to, Xavier Betts. But now this is also some of our first times to see some of the true freshmen.
That's what I was just going to say. You're going to see some of those guys that have been talked about, actually see them. So they'll go, let's see here. I would assume just shells today, I would guess. And then full pads, probably not until so Monday, probably full pads on Thursday, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you'll get to see some of those guys out there.
Well, that's the thing is with the new coaching staff, we're gonna probably learn a little bit about schedule and things like that. I mean, and obviously NCAA rules.
I think 2-a-days are completely gone now. It's basically one practice, then meeting or walk through.
Yeah, NCAA rules though obviously limit you to how many padded practices you can have.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I would assume that the schedules that Scott Frost did were chosen by Scott and his staff, not a Nebraska deal.
Yep.
So that's why I'm intrigued by everything going on. That's going to be going on, because it's going to be spring practice is one thing. We saw spring practice to an extent, and there was a little bit more action than under Scott Frost that we were able to see and able to photo and take video of. And there's a lot more going on, but it's not like they're going.
Yeah, I'm excited I guess you really won't know it, but I think that the living in the dorms aspect of it, because I think that's just basically pushing your players to be down at the football facilities. I mean, it might not always be football down there, but would you rather be in the nice, fully furnished locker rooms and players lounge or back in the MTV Cribs dorms that we saw last night?
I know. And those were kind of funny. Even it was funny, even Evan Cooper's part of it was just got the bed and got another bed and here's a drawer. And I mean, here's the thing, right?
Our desk
also,
to study.
Let's be real. It limits any potential for excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, got caught in traffic, coach.
Yeah, not happening. Got
pulled over this morning, coach. It limits anything. Why? Because you are 200 yards from the stadium that you're walking.
Yeah,
it limits any excuses.
Yeah, and it brings your team together, because I'm assuming that most of the time they're going to be hanging out in the players' lounge, locker room.
Yeah,
because it's we can go back to our 200 square foot dorm room, or we can stay down here in the luxurious facilities.
I would like to know 402-464-5685 here. If anybody out there went to Fan Day, I would love to know how it went. What were your thoughts on the players? I would like to know just thoughts on Fan Day yesterday. I've never attended a Fan Day. I know there's some media that goes to cover it, and I don't have any problem with that. But I know, I'll admit I did not go to Fan Day yesterday.
Why did you not go to Fan Day yesterday?
I had other things going on.
Okay, so here's my thing with Fan Day and what I saw yesterday. I was not at Fan Day. I was at the Buffalo County Fair, as we covered. But I think that for a lot of years, Nebraska football, back when I was growing up, early 80s, mid 80s, when you basically from the time you were born, all you could think of was, hey, maybe one day I'll be a Nebraska football player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somewhere along the line, I have probably mid 2000s, it was just expected, and that kind of fell through the cracks, and everybody. And so all these years you go by and you were thinking that, these kids want to be Nebraska football players. And they kind of lost that they lost that, oh, what would you say, that motivation, so to say. And one of the things that I've seen with Coach Rhule since he's been back is putting himself out in public as much as possible, taking pictures as much as possible. I can't even begin to explain how many people on my Facebook yesterday had pictures of their kids running on the football field and saying, hey, maybe one day this is going to be me out here playing. Also got to give, major props to, I'm sure there were other guys doing this, but Malachi kind of got most of the publicity, but he was asking the kids for their autograph. And then later in the night, he hangs that poster or that autograph page up next to his locker. So you've got maybe 100, 200 kids that signed that thing, and they're saying, hey, there's my signature up in the Nebraska football locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, that's planting seeds right there. And that is smart. I mean, that is super smart. And it's like you're starting to, you got to rebuild. You got to get back to the way it used to be in the mid 80s when, almost every little kid in Nebraska was like, I want to play football for Nebraska someday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just expected back. And that expectation, it just kind of, it faded away. But people still thought it was there.
Yeah.
And then that puts you in that situation to where you weren't seeing, the high school kids coming out of high school and going to and playing for Nebraska, just because that wasn't the dream anymore. There were other stuff, came up. And so it's cool to see that they're taking that. I mean, and I know fan day for a lot of the players, I'm sure it's like, oh man, I have to go, but it's actually, it's serving a purpose. I really think that's huge. And I think over the years, they've kind of let fan day slide. I remember there were somebody's like, are they going to have it? Are they not going to have it? And then like at the last second, like, okay, Sunday, we're going to have fan day for an hour. It's like, I get it.
You got to prioritize it a little bit.
You've got to, because that's what's given these little kids a chance to meet. I mean,
yeah,
I remember, meeting Mike Rozier, meeting Roger Craig, I always give Coach Osborne fits every time I see him. I'm like, hey, can I sit on your lap again? Because I mean, that's the stuff you remember is, meeting Tom, you meet Tom Osborne. Well, these little kids today, you meet Coach Rhule, you meet Malachi Coleman, you meet Jeff Sims, you meet these guys when you're a young kid. It has an impact on you. And that's why I think you really got to take your time. And I know that, the way Coach Rhule has been, he's out there constantly, and he knows that that is part of it. I know people are like, oh, well, you got to come out, Coach Rhule, and do, and be a people person, but more than just being that people person, it's going out and, making an impact on these youngsters.
So Raff, before we go to break here and I get out of here, I'm bummed that I'm leaving because I have a lot of thoughts on this clip that I'm about to play for you, and I'm sure you've heard it.
Oh gosh.
So remember a couple years ago, first year of Scott Frost, when Tim Brando said all those comments about Scott Frost? Tim Brando said, quote, Scott Frost is built for success, and I'm going to tell you, he will win multiple national titles at Nebraska. He will be competing for a Big Ten title within 3 years, and he could be the next generation's Nick Saban. That was said about Scott Frost by Tim Brando. Now, tell me that you don't hear any parallels. This comes from Josh Pate, and I really do like Josh. I enjoy some of his clips, and he does this show called Late Kick with Josh. It's late at night on CBS Sports, or I guess like 7 p.m. on Sundays and Thursdays. But here is what he had to say about Matt Rhule.
Oh gosh.
And if you want your fall camp Kool-Aid, here you go.
Bring it.
Okay, so we'll just stop it right there.
Crown them. No.
So I have a lot of thoughts. One thing I will say is Josh Pate. Once again, that's Josh Pate from CBS Sports and 24/7 Sports, works for both of them. He outlines why he believes that way. So I do it. That's better than what Tim Brando said about Scott Frost. I did have thoughts on the state of Nebraska's program when he mentioned, does he do it at Nebraska or does he get stolen from Nebraska? And that's what I have a lot of thoughts on. And unfortunately, we have to go to break right now, though.
All right, we'll send it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers from likely this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storm is late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and high around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers. Got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa. How do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life, top prize odds, 1 in 30 million.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break, and on behalf of the entire 93.7 The Ticket team, we are excited to announce this fall we are teaming up with Husker Extra for the Big Red Brunch. We'll have big names from now and the past from Husker sports, and that all starts on Wednesday, August 9th for the Big Red Brunch Golf Scramble at Tiburon Golf Club in Gretna. Sign up to play today at omaha.com and find the Big Red Brunch tab. You won't want to miss this on August 9th at Tiburon in Gretna.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Husker fans, register your kids for the Nebraska Kids Club today. Don't miss your chance to get free tickets, exclusive events, and concessions vouchers for this Husker season. For only $35, your kids can get all of that and more. For more information, visit huskers.com/kidsclub. Do you have a newborn or know someone who does? Their infant membership is the perfect gift for your newest Husker fan. They even have a free membership option. Visit huskers.com/kidsclub today. The Nebraska Kids Club, presented by Hy-Vee.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It is Monday. Nick slipped out to go down to practice, and now I got the man, the myth, the legend, Bach with me. How was your weekend, Bach?
Oh, not too bad. I'm excited for football to start. I mean, that is the best, the little sub I can do for Nick is because camp's beginning. So yeah, I'm excited. It's getting underway.
It's the best. I love it. I love it. I love it. But before we get to football again, I would be remiss if I did not bring it up. On Saturday night, the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight or welterweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Did you get a chance to watch the fight?
I did not watch the fight.
Oh,
but,
you missed out.
Yeah, well, I heard it was a beatdown. I mean, I followed along on Twitter and saw all the video from it. So, but yeah, you did get a chance to watch. Did you pay-per-view? Or did you go to a bar?
I did other things.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, actually, I was working in Kearney, and I got off work, and the fight was getting ready to start, and there's some avenues that you can take to watch the fight.
That's right.
Kind of tricky, but they're there. So I was laughing so hard to start when Errol Spence came out and they had his music, and it was something about don't mess with Texas and Texas and Texas. And you're like, okay, that's cool entrance, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Terrence Crawford, Bud, comes out, and the first thing you hear Eminem's song. Why am I forgetting the song? Text line, you got to help me out. His famous one.
Yeah. Mom's Spaghetti. I don't know what it's
from.
called.
From 8 Mile. And you hear that song hit, and then my first thought to myself was, gosh, it's I guess it's a decent song, but it's kind of old. You think you would have went with something a little bit newer, then all of a sudden you see this guy walk out in front of him, and you're like, are you kidding me? and it's Eminem. He introduces Bud Crawford to the crowd, and then he starts rapping a little bit, does like a verse of the song. And I was like, lose yourself. Thank you, 3767.
Yeah.
And Pete Ferguson, the man, the myth, the legend. So yeah, so that comes on, and then you're just like, ooh, right now, if I'm going with entrances, it's going to be a good night for Bud Crawford. And then comes out first round, Spence, pretty much. I think they gave Spence the first round. In the second round, holy cow. Crawford caught him, knocked him down. First time Spence had ever been knocked down in his career. Little did he know he'd be finding the canvas 2 more times.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where Crawford was just doing whatever he wanted. His hands were so quick, and just Spence would be he's trying to get back in the fight. You know, he was throwing some bombs, but just nothing that was even affecting Crawford. And then finally it ended. And then Crawford was talking. I forgot the one boxer, Charlo or whatever. They're talking during the match. They're going back and forth so Spence is on the canvas, and Crawford and Charlo are going back and forth in the crowd. It's like this is going nuts. But it was cool to see Crawford. So Spence has where he can enact a rematch.
Yeah.
That was part of the contract.
Yeah.
And pretty much right after the match, he was saying, hey, I want the rematch in December, but he wants it to go up to, I think, 150. I think they fought 147. So I think he wants it at 154 in December. But I don't see how 7 pounds is going to make a difference in the next fight, because it looked like Crawford was so much stronger than him, so much more, speed. The only way I could see Spence pulling off something is if he caught him with something unexpected. But it's just Terrence Bud Crawford he's like a computer. Like, he processes things, he sees stuff, he finds the weakness, and then he just goes after it. But it was a great fight if you're in Nebraska, man, it was fun to watch. It's cool to see Nebraska, get one over Texas. So I'll take that any day of the year. And it was good to see Bud get paid, because it's crazy. He's 40-0 now, but until Saturday night, he's only worth like $10 million. And with his record and what he should have been well over that. I don't know if that was just his promotions team and some bad marketing or what, but it was cool that now he finally got that payday where I think minimum $25 million on Saturday night. So, and he'll get another one in December, because I'm sure, like he said, people will pay for the rematch. But I think it's going to be one of those things just to see, can he dominate like he did Saturday night? But it was a good fight. It was cool to see.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. And I also kind of think a few different thoughts there. One, as we have volleyball day approaching, that's been obvious. People for years have wanted to get Bud Crawford there. I think that's got to be down the line. I mean, I know they're planning on doing like a something like that every year before football season. And I think that makes sense.
I think there will be, if he continues to win, there will be a Bud Crawford fight at Memorial Stadium.
But the thing is, like, who's the big name now? Because Errol Spence was the name for years and years.
Yeah.
They didn't get it together. And now that you've kind of settled that, like you said, there's a rematch, but it looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah.
If he beats him again, then who? So
I'm sure Charlo will be down the line. And I can't remember what Charlo's last name is, but as much as they were talking back and forth, which I didn't even notice it when I was watching the fight the first time. And then I went back and I was looking at clips on Instagram, whatever. And they're like, Bud Crawford was talking to Charlo in the crowd, and they're going back and forth. So so Neil says Charlo. Ron says, I thought Raff was going to say Matt Rhule if Matt Rhule would have led Bud Crawford out of the, now that would have been nuts too.
Oh yeah. I don't know if the building would get as excited, but Husker fans sure would.
Oh yeah, that would have been crazy. But as much as Coach Rhule travels, make a hightail it down there, be back in time for media day.
Oh, yeah. He could do it.
It's the way Coach Rhule rules. But yeah, I would say that there will be a Bud Crawford fight at Memorial Stadium before it's all said and done.
Well, the other thing too, as we head into the era of college football playoffs and more games, less likelihood of undefeated. I don't know. For college football, it's always been to me like that's part of, if you're going to be arguing the greatest team of all time, you got to be undefeated.
Yep.
There's not a lot of wiggle room there.
Yep.
boxing's the only other sport that, like, I mean, just so many sports, just tough to go. You're not going to go undefeated in NBA or Major League Baseball. There's just too many games. You know, the NFL, you've had it happen once. So, I mean, boxing's the other sport other than college football that I kind of think of as like, if you've got that undefeated record, you can argue as much as you want because nobody's beating you.
And I guess I used to think that way a lot too, but then I started thinking to myself, you know, like Muhammad Ali, for instance, he had some losses, but when he was at his best, you know, before the whole, you know, Vietnam and all that stuff came around, when he was at his best, he was pretty much unbeatable. So you're like, do you look at him for the entire career? Do you look at them for when they were at their peak? Like Mike Tyson, for instance, he had some horrible losses at the end of his career, but you think back to in the mid 80s when he was just destroying people. So I don't know if you look at it as when they were at their peak performance, like you could say the same, you know, for the NFL, you know, like some of these players, when they were at their peak, they were the best, you know, like Gale Sayers, for instance. You'll hear a lot of people say Gale Sayers was the best player they'd ever seen. However, the final couple of years, he had such horrible knee injuries, you know. So it's just one of those. I guess you could say, who is the best undefeated fighter of all time? Who is the best, you know, fighter of all time? Not so.
There's context to everything. Even like Mayweather, I know with the Pacquiao fight, which I think might have been the biggest fight that I can remember up until this. A lot of people criticized, well, you waited till Pacquiao's older.
So. No, and that's the same. And then like 3994 says Mayweather or Crawford. I would guess, you know, if you ask 10 people, probably 7 or 8 would say Mayweather. But then you look at what Crawford's done and just Mayweather was a defensive fight. He was so good on defense with that shoulder, the sideways
which
shoulder.
Would make it a great matchup.
Yeah, he was so great on defense. But Crawford, he's the closest thing for me that he's just like a computer. Like it just looks like he's processing the entire time. And like they were talking about on the fight, that he's able to change his fighting. Like he can go southpaw, he can go normal, he can go. It's just, I don't know. He's fun to watch, that's for sure. And it was crazy too, because usually in the previous fights that I watched him, it seems like it takes him like 4 or 5 rounds, and then he just drops the hammer and goes after it. It seemed like about the second round he had Spence figured out, and it was game over. And then after that, it was.
Now their camps were chirping back and forth leading up to the fight too.
Oh,
How much do you think that is promotion? I mean, because boxing, there's a lot of that as well.
It's like UFC. There's chirping that goes on, but at the end of the day, like even when they did the weigh-in and they shook hands, they're like, hey, we're gonna do good business on this one, and we're gonna make history. So they understand it. And you gotta that's what makes those super fights is the back and forth and the banter, and you gotta have, and I think if you're a boxer, you got to have some hate towards that person, because it's probably a lot easier to get in the ring and get beat around for 12 rounds than it is, you know, like Shakur Stevenson and Crawford are really good friends, you know, so that would be a tough one to promote, just because unless there was some like split or whatever, but there's different weight classes altogether. So I don't think we'd ever have to see that. So it's good for them there, But all right, well, we probably should send her to break right now. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back with some history.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The Nebraska soccer team wants to see you this fall at Hibner Stadium for their 2023 season. Season tickets are on sale now. Reserve your spot to cheer on the Huskers as they take on some of the best teams in the Big Ten and around the country. Opponents include Missouri, Wisconsin, St. Louis, and more. To buy tickets, go to huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. They have a full season of fun set for this fall. For promotional information, visit huskers.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try their new lemon cream cheese on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121. Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers still likely this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is The Drop with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, and it is time for some history. Bach, you have the song. I don't know if you have it pulled up or...
Oh, I thought you guys just sang it now.
Nah, we have it recorded.
Oh, a recording of you guys singing.
Yeah.
All right, I can try to pull it up.
I
thought you guys did that live every time.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Good Lord.
All right, let me look it up here for a second.
It's probably history, or don't know much about history song. If not, we could maybe bust it out a cappella today.
Yeah, we might. You might just have to sing.
Okay, I'm busting it out a cappella.
All right, yeah.
Now punting. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about me and you. What a beautiful world this would be. All right, time for history. Well done. Okay, good job out there. So I didn't know the words. I was like, I forgot the words. Eric, come on, Eric. I wasn't going to bring that whole song to you. I care for your ears, Eric. All right, so today in history, in 1970, this is an interesting one. They played the 37th NFL Chicago All-Star game. So it was Kansas City Chiefs versus the All-Stars, where they won 24-3 in front of 69,000 people in the crowd. So basically what it was the Super Bowl champion Chiefs took on all the NFL All-Stars.
Huh.
I wish they still did that.
And the Chiefs destroyed them?
Yep, 24-3. So that something, and maybe they bring that back. So next year after the Broncos win the Super Bowl, the Broncos will play the All-Stars.
Like the Pro Bowl team.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because I would wonder how much the Chiefs would be interested in like winning that game. As we know, the Pro Bowl game is a disaster now.
Yeah.
They've tried to fix it a little bit.
Yeah, so you win the Super Bowl and then you play the All-Star. You play against the All-Stars for the true championship.
I liked it better. Didn't they have it at one time where you'd play like the college All-Stars?
Yeah, they used to do that.
I like that better.
Yep. There was a lot of good stuff back in the day, but then the pay got too big and the injuries and they forgot about that stuff. And then on this day back in 1981, the midseason Major League Baseball players strike ended after 42 days and 713 games. So you would think the owners and the players would understand that strikes are no good for the game, but they came back and did it again a few more times since then. So
That's right.
Oh well.
Man, those strikes, that's the worst, especially baseball. It's like, hey, there's nothing else going on right now.
Yep.
We need baseball.
They strike and ruin their game for a couple years. And then in 84, the U.S. men's gymnastics team upset China at the LA Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a big one for the United States. I think you had like Bart Connor on that team. I want to say that Jim Hartung from Nebraska was on that team. I could be wrong on that. If Francis is listening, you can correct me. I guarantee he's probably still sleeping though, so I don't have to worry about that. And you had like Mitch Gaylord. Yeah, that team was loaded. So that was a big upset in the 84 Olympics over that. On this day in 1990, Nolan Ryan won his 300th game. Nolan Ryan, who never won a Cy Young trophy, which still gets me. That is the craziest thing ever. And then we got some birthdays, and then we'll throw it to break real quick. But we got a birthday. Former Nebraska head football coach Bill Callahan's birthday.
Billy C.
Happy birthday, Billy. So big Bill Callahan's birthday today. So
do you think he's still as disliked as maybe he once was now that we've seen the other problems with the program? It's not just Bill Callahan.
I think the hate is still there.
Yeah.
I just think I always think that if it would have been an offensive line coach, I think it would have been a great hire. But head coach, I still don't see that. But and then it's Mark Cuban's birthday today.
Oh, yeah.
Owner of the Dallas Mavericks. And on this day in 1961, Chris Hinton was born. Do you know Chris Hinton?
I do not know Chris Hinton.
Chris Hinton was the player that the Broncos selected in 83 that was like the piece of the puzzle when Denver traded to Baltimore at the time for John Elway.
Oh, okay. He was the big piece.
So Chris Hinton was the first round pick of the Broncos. And Chris Hinton tells the story. He goes, yeah, I got drafted by the Broncos. I got to Denver. They were like having a parade for me. People were giving me boots and they're all applauding. They're like, welcome to Denver. Welcome to Denver. And then like 3 days later, he gets traded. He said he went to Baltimore, got off the plane. He was waiting for somebody to greet him and no one greeted him. And it was just, he's like, yep, it was a bad time.
Did he had an okay career or not really?
Yeah. He actually right on the edge of a Hall of Fame career.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I have to look him up.
Yep. He was all pro and at two different positions. So there's a chance he'll end up getting in the Hall of Fame here one of these days. And then we'll wrap it up with two birthdays. Tim Couch. Happy birthday, Tim Couch.
Nice.
Always wakes up every day and goes, thank goodness for Jamarcus Russell, or else he probably would be the worst number one draft pick of all time.
Those expansion franchise number one picks don't usually land.
It's rough. Yeah. Ask David Carr.
Carr,
David
Carr,
Carr. I always get the Carr brothers confused. And then the final birthday, and then we will throw it to break. Born in 1982, Hall of Famer this year, Super Bowl champion, DeMarcus Ware, number 94
there you go.
for the Denver Broncos. Well, and Cowboys too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pete, but I mean, I think he did have like 100 sacks for the Cowboys.
Yeah. Big
But he
career
won
there.
the Super Bowl with the Broncos. So,
Yeah.
you got to go with where the rings are. So, all right, everybody, we will throw it to break. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM First, 93.7 The Ticket.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers. Got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa, how do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating it.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers are likely this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
Husker fans, register your kids for the Nebraska Kids Club today. Don't miss your chance to get free tickets, exclusive events, and concessions vouchers for this Husker season. For only $35, your kids can get all of that and more. For more information, visit huskers.com/kidsclub. Do you have a newborn or know someone who does? Their infant membership is the perfect gift for your newest Husker fan. They even have a free membership option. Visit huskers.com/kidsclub today. The Nebraska Kids Club, presented by Hy-Vee. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Welcome into the drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, and 23-12, you are correct. Phil Cahoy was on the 84 Olympic men's gymnastics team. I had to get that out there. Any Phil Cahoy mention is always a good mention. So,
Did you, I know the 84 Olympics were a big one. Did you, I wonder how people just kind of were able to watch it back then. Was that like because there weren't too many channels, obviously. Was that?
Yep, it was on NBC. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember this, but I think I got really sick during the opening ceremonies. Got the flu. But yeah, 84, it was in LA. So that was a big one. Yeah. That was the first time in my time period life that the Olympics were in the United States.
Yeah.
You had Carl Lewis. He won 4 gold medals in that Olympics. You had Mary Lou Retton, perfect 10s with the women's gymnastics team. Yeah, that was a fun Olympics. But see what happened there too was Russia boycotted because the United States had boycotted 1980, the year.
Oh, that's right.
The 4 years previous. So it was basically a green light for the United States to win about every medal possible. Edwin Moses, high hurdles. Yeah, that guy was a freak.
Hope there's no boycotting the next couple Olympics.
Oh, I'm sure there could be. You never know.
We'll never know.
You never know in today's world.
Yeah, no. Oh well.
And then, yeah. So today, Nebraska football, first practice of the year, fall practice. Been a lot of mention of it. Friday, tight ends coach Bob Wager, he resigned. I believe. Did he resign? I think he resigned.
What they used, yeah.
And he was replaced by new tight ends coach Josh Martin, who was on staff already as an analyst. I think he was brought on as a special teams analyst to begin with, but he has some prior coaching experience at SMU where he coached tight ends. And then also too, which this is, I was like looking at more than just like where they were previously at, but going back a little bit further. He's got a lot of history in Texas. In the high school ranks also, so that's always a good thing for Texas recruiting. So 35 years old, he's a young coach. I think you hate the situation that happened. It's sad. However, I think the transition where they had somebody in-house to where they could make a transition to where I don't think the tight ends will skip a beat, just for the fact that I think that he had been there and the players, probably have already got to know him, pretty well since he's been there. So yeah. I think from a football standpoint, I think it's good for Nebraska that they were able to do that, because I think that would have been, if they would have had to open it up and go outside of house and looking for a tight ends coach, then you're looking at a chance where you're going to maybe ruin that chemistry that's already been built already. But staying in house, I think that'll be a positive, I think, for Nebraska football.
Well, and like you said too, the experience having already coached tight ends at the Power 5 level, or close to it at SMU, anyways. So you don't feel like there's that big of a drop off. Kind of feel bad for the situation because it seemed to be kind of a big stepping stone job for Wager, but hopefully everybody makes mistakes, live and learn, and all that. So hopefully things get better there. I think you're right as far as the football team. It did, I don't know the timing of it or anything, but it's always kind of interesting when things get buried on that Friday evening.
Oh yeah,
great time to release some bad news.
It happens. It happens.
So they kind of got swept into some weekend conversation with the Huskers among some other things, but yeah, I don't see it as a huge deal. It's and it's another thing where he didn't. It could be a distraction, I guess, for year one, but it's not like he's been the coach for 3 or 4 years and relationships and all that.
And I think too, they dropped it on a Friday night, and then he'll probably get asked questions today, and I'm sure the reply is going to be like, "We've moved on. We got a new coach. We're going forward. We're not looking back." So I think the way it was worked by the media at Nebraska, that would be the way I'd play it. So they did that right. So
yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's as big of a distraction as you allow it to be.
Yeah,
and they've done a good job, I think, of not making a big deal.
Definitely. And I think too with Josh Martin too, I was kind of reading here at SMU, he had Grant Calcaterra, 38 receptions, 465 yards. Second team all conference, and he ended up being a 6th round draft pick. So he's got history in putting tight ends in the NFL. So I look forward to seeing what he does, and I like the youth of the staff. You got a 35-year-old now, so I'm interested to see what he brings to everything, and he's in a great spot, right? He's got a good some good tight ends. You got Borketcher, you got Fedoni. Still waiting to hear on Gilbert. I guess the closer we get to the season and nothing is heard, that's probably not a good thing for Nebraska. But I think if Fedoni stays healthy, I think the sky's the limit for him. I think he can really be successful in what Nebraska wants to do offensively. So we'll see.
And we'll see too with the offense. We all try to project what it's going to look like, but just the way that they've been talking about it seems like an offense that will use 2 tight end sets. I mean, they'll even say that. So it's going to involve the tight ends quite a bit. I don't know how much they'll go out wide. I always kind of think of Mike McNeil when he's playing tight end. They eventually was like, well, let's just make him a wide receiver, and he's just this big wide receiver. But and I think he might be able to do that with Fedoni, is flank him out a little bit. So we'll kind of see the different things they can mix up there. I'm excited. I'm still totally excited to see what the tight end position brings to Nebraska this year. And like you said, Martin's a young guy that has played, not 35 is a little bit older than the receiver coach on the opposite side, but I think the coaching staffs could put together a pretty solid team.
Yeah, you got a young staff that goes out and really grinds hard, I think. And I will say, like, I don't want to kick a guy while he's down. I do not want to do that. But I would say that Bob Wager was probably the one coach where you really did not hear a ton from while in his 200 plus days where he was a coach.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You look at things like somebody asked, what happened. He was pulled over on a traffic citation. But the thing is like, you wonder too, maybe he got up to Nebraska and he just, from a mental standpoint, maybe he just wasn't, where he wanted to be, and you hate to draw those conclusions or anything like that. But, maybe I don't know. It's just hard to comment. It's a sad situation. Like Coach Bush said earlier, just glad nobody was injured, and, hopefully he can land on his feet somewhere and, be coached somewhere, down the road.
Now it is interesting too. I mean, just again, to juxtapose it to maybe previous staffs, or, I mean, we remember when Keith Williams got his DUI and it was his 3rd one, and, and Nebraska was able to work with, was willing to work with him, I suppose. And it was a bit of a distraction. I don't know if this would change I mean, you kind of think, is he kind of setting the tone for, hey, Matt Rhule, that is, or the athletic department of, hey, this is not going to be allowed regardless? Or, is it a situation where if he was, Williams Coach Tubbs, one of the better coaching staffs, and so maybe you would give a little more leniency. I'm not really sure.
That was what that kind of had me thinking a little bit. I was like, being his first DUI, maybe a suspension, maybe, but then I started thinking from like from a mental, maybe he got to Nebraska and he was just mentally it just wasn't working for him, and then things, snowballed.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it was just such a quick, like, hey, I'm resigning, it's not working out for me. It happens, but like I said, it's just thankful no one was injured, and hopefully he'll fall down on his feet and get a coaching job elsewhere down the road. He might return back to Texas, and maybe where he's comfortable at. So we'll see.
Also, too, I know, like, again, you read the reports. I don't know how much he was involved in, the recruiting and stuff like that. But, the tight end room, since they've got the staff, they did get a huge transfer portal. We'll see what happens with Eric Gilbert. But, Carter Nelson in what be in his room. So, maybe it's a little bit of a shift change for some of those guys, or a thought process, even for Carter Nelson to think, okay, I thought I was going to come play for this guy. Now I'm not, but it sounds like that, again, he wasn't a major factor in the decision or anything. So,
so I think Nebraska will be fine. There was a text on here. I think there were a couple of former high school players of wagers that did come to Nebraska. That's just one of those things. Following your coach, maybe to some extent, but I think you've got to fall in love with the university and, everything else in the university. So I think we'll be fine there. And in today's world of college football, you're always recruiting your players. So that those players have been highly recruited and, loved upon and stuff by everyone on the coaching staff. So I think that'll be fine, but you never know. Maybe they'll play a year and it doesn't work for them, but it's going to happen every year.
Yeah.
You're going to see rosters change every year now, just with the new transfer portal and all that's the way that works out. So we'll see how it plays out. But day one, football, kind of football weather outside, little rainy, that's
right.
Be interesting to see. I saw that a couple posts where they were showing the new outdoor fields, but I would assume that they would just stay indoors today, just because being the first practice, you just want to, have nothing bothering you, I guess you'd say. Just go out and get a good, clean first practice in.
Well, it's funny too, because I always, you get so excited. You're a football fan. You want to get any sort of bit of knowledge that you can, and of course we will. When the press conference happens, we're gonna get. They've got to have the roster.
Nick will be down there on lockdown.
Yeah, they've got to have the roster down to a number. I know there's a lot of rumors circulating there. Updates on some fan day observations, we'll say. So yeah, I think we'll get some news, but I am always a little bit like, especially when the media is allowed to practice, like go and just see them like it's syllabus day.
Yep.
It's the first day. They can't.
Yep.
It's not like full football yet.
Yeah, I would guess they probably had meeting last night, how proud, and I'm sure leading up to it. I don't know how that works with meeting time and stuff with practices, but I'm sure they had their meeting. This is how we want practice to look. We're going to go out and we're going to do this. So I don't think you'd be outside just in the weather today. You'd have it in the Hawks. I get a good, clean first practice in. Let the players know what's expected. You're basically starting anew, like stretching it's new, everything you do, the drills leading up to getting ready for the main practice or games, it's all brand new. So that I'm sure they want to get that, enforced to the players how they want it. I'd guess it's very, very clean. It's very, very concise, very being perfectionists that they are. I'd assume that, they want it to look, to look perfect. So
I like that too, the detail-oriented nature of this staff. I think in the very least it will be refreshing from what we've seen in the last couple of staffs. But also, I love the camp. I love the fact that they're going and staying together.
Yeah,
you have to remember they're waking up this morning together, and so it's like this true camp feeling, like a throwback.
Yep.
And I know
it's like Junction Boys Part 2.
I just think that's awesome. I don't know, that's just some football stuff right there.
Well, when they came out yesterday and they did their MTV cribs and they were going through the dorm rooms.
Right.
And it's like perfect. Like when they first announced it, I was like, oh, this is just kind of like a drawback to the good old days. But then I thought about it more. I was like, would you rather spend time in your dorm room, or would you rather spend time down in the luxurious, players lounge and your locker room and stuff like that? So that's going to bring your team together even more, because these players are probably like, well, I could go back to my dorm room tonight, or I could sit down, with my coach and, watch video and just basically bond and talk.
Yeah.
I mean, some of your best bonding, it's not even over football. It's just more about just being with your boys and hanging out. So I think that hanging out factor, I think that's going to go a long way in bringing this team together.
Yeah, incredible. Like you said, for team bonding. And, I'm excited to see if this happens down the line. I mean, if it works this year, they have a good record, maybe they'll continue to do this. But I think especially for a year one, like remember the coaches are staying in there with them. I mean, I think that this is great. I mean, because, either way, you're going to have that feeling of camaraderie and being teammates. But this really kind of, puts it on a fast lane to, okay, we're here. This is what our focus is. And so it might be a small detail. It might be a throwback, but I mean, I seriously do. I think that this could kind of streamline the team to get closer. And of course, who knows what can go from there.
Yep. And I still think that they should invite Coach Osborne down for one night and then have him go to his dorm room that he stayed in Selleck back when he first came as an assistant coach actually an intern, I think, his first year back in, was it 62, I believe, and just let him go to his room and just spend one night there, maybe just to wake up the echoes. But Neil, the press conference, we're not really sure when the press conference is. Nick went down there at 8:45, and then he was going to scope it out, figure it out, and then the press conference might be after practice, or it could be going on right now. We're not 100% sure on that, but Nick will be down there covering it. It won't be live on the air, but he'll have clips that we'll have probably throughout the day. So there will be coverage of that, and Nick will be around for the, what is it? He's the happy hour. So yeah. And then VJ and Terrell, I'm sure they'll get some, and Bach, the man, the legend. You guys will be hearing stuff, I'm sure. So
well, I'm sure they'll have
stay tuned
first day camp
to the
stories
ticket
too.
for all your Husker football coverage. It will be there. It will be there. And then for all of you listening or did not get a chance to listen at 4:44 on Friday, did you hear the big announcement?
Oh yeah. Big news.
Jay Foreman post-game show on the ticket.
That's right.
That's going to be awesome.
That is awesome. It was awesome on the network to bring it to the ticket.
Yeah. So a call-in show with Jay Foreman.
I don't know. Are people going to call?
Oh, it's got to be a call-in show with Jay. It's got to be.
Out there.
Oh yeah. They're definitely going to put a number out there for him because you got Jay 3 hours post-game. And one thing I've learned about Jay Foreman is he is going to tell you like it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be fun to listen to Jay Foreman. So you'll definitely, after Nebraska football games, tune on over to 93.7 the ticket and listen to Jay. And then of course we'll have our pregame show taking place probably down at the new location by then. So
I can't wait for football season.
Man, we're getting close.
Yeah.
4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Well, thanks to the Nebraska scheduling department, by the way, for giving us a little leaway there at the start of the season. 2 away games, gives us a little more time.
Time to get prepared. It was rough last year because of course I'm at the State Fair, and the first 2 games of the year last year I was at the State Fair both weekends. So at least this year it's just one game. That Thursday night in Minnesota I'll be at the State Fair, but then the next week I'll be home. So I will be back in Lincoln, Nebraska for game 2.
Do you like Nebraska's really done a good job, I think, in highlighting like we're going to be part of the big opening to the season. Obviously the week 0 games the last couple of years now, this Thursday night. The records haven't been good. I hope that sometime doesn't sway. I know that's why we still don't wear all red, because they think that there's a problem there. But the records haven't been good with. I think it has more to do with the coaching staff or where this program's been. But I love the fact that they highlight, and Trev Alberts has said it. We'll take any chance to highlight Nebraska, and I think those
anytime
type
you
of
can play in
spotlight
front of the
games,
country, that's huge.
Yeah. So I wonder if there's going to be more Thursday games down the line, or opening. Opening.
Games. I'm okay with Thursday games. I'm not a fan of Friday night games. I just don't understand Friday night for years and years and years. It's pretty much been designated for high school football. Don't play games, college football games on Friday night. That's high school football. That gives your coaches at least a chance to go out, even if it's just in Lincoln, and go out and watch these players play. But but leave that. Friday's a sacred night. Leave Friday night. It upsets me that they started scheduling Friday night college football games.
And I believe the Big Ten specifically is Friday instead of Thursdays.
Yeah, I'm a Thursday guy. If you want to play them on Thursday, go nuts. But I just am not a fan of Friday nights. Friday night should be for high school football, but
apparently because it's the game they keep going to, Friday nights is for Nebraska and Illinois, because I think this will be the second time they do that. I don't know what about that matchup works for them, but yeah, I still say, I mean, anytime you can highlight Nebraska. Like a Nebraska-Illinois game this year is going to get lost on a Saturday. So you get it.
Yeah.
You know, I get what you're saying. We'd rather have it on a Thursday, but
yeah, no Fridays. Yeah. No Fridays. Well, should we throw it to break? All right, we're going to throw it to break. Just the drive, 93.7, the ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break, and on behalf of the entire 93.7 The Ticket team, we are excited to announce this fall we are teaming up with Husker Extra for the Big Red Brunch. We'll have big names from now and the past from Husker sports, and that all starts on Wednesday, August 9th for the Big Red Brunch Golf Scramble at Tiburon Golf Club in Gretna. Sign up to play today at omaha.com and find the Big Red Brunch tab. You won't want to miss this on August 9th at Tiburon in Gretna.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try their new lemon cream cheese on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers is likely this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. This segment is sponsored by Florial's Italian Restaurant and Grill, just south of Lincoln Southwest High School on 14th and Pine Lake Road. Florial's Italian Restaurant provides a cozy, family-friendly setting where good friends and good company come together, whether it's a family dinner, a date night, or a catch-up with old friends. Florial's is the perfect place to make special memories. All you have to do is visit florialsne.com or call 402-423-5576 to make reservations or place takeout orders. It's good to have my sheet back again today because
You feel whole.
I was flustered on Friday. I was
know
like,
you were.
oh my goodness, I'm in trouble.
I know you were.
But I bounced back strongly.
Yeah. Well, Raff,
You're back from practice. How was it?
It was good.
Nice.
It was good. High intensity. High
Did we win?
energy.
Did we win?
Off season. I heard the three words.
We win?
No, I heard the three words that every Husker fan longs to hear for.
Go Big Red.
Those are not the three words. There were no fans there.
Oh.
Three words. Off-season national champion.
I think that's 4.
Off-season is one word.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Is
Raff.
a hyphen off season?
Raff.
Off season?
There's only it is one word. Even if there's a hyphen, it's still one word.
Okay. Never was an English genius.
Oh, brother.
And my geography was
I'm just caught off guard.
I'm going to tell you guys what I did well. I was a sports nerd. I knew trivia.
Yeah, okay.
I probably have a doctorate in sports
I
trivia.
spell the sports trivia, but I guess you
No. Was it TRYVIYA or something like that?
Anyway, no, I mean it's something similar. I mean, so Trev Alberts was there talking to Matt Rhule the entire time. Garrett McGuire running all over the place.
Coach Osborne there?
I didn't see him. But Garrett McGuire all over the place. Special teams, there was a guy. You know what? I can look this up because
we need to know.
I don't want to say the wrong name.
We need to know.
But a Nebraska field goal kicker
We need to know.
was confidently and smoothly making 45 and 50-yard field goals.
It's got to be Tristan Alvano. I'm going Tristan Alvano. That's my guess.
I didn't get a sheet. So that told us what numbers everybody was.
Okay.
It is.
Come on, Tristan Alvano.
Tristan Alvano.
Boom.
There it is. Tristan Alvano.
He loves that.
Yeah, he not that stadium, but he loves Nebraska.
Yeah. He loves it all.
He is one with the turf. They were outside. I mean, it was raining. The rain was coming down pretty
See,
well.
everything I talked about last segment, forget about it. You want to be out in the rain. You want to be in the elements.
They were out. They were out in the rain.
Dang.
The tough part was, I mean, we were in there for.
So he's kicking 50-yarders in the rain?
No, he was inside.
He was in the Hawks. Okay.
He was in the Hawks.
Okay. Everything I said in the last segment.
The defensive line, offensive line, and the specialists were in the inside.
Inside. Okay.
Everybody else was outside.
Nice.
Quarterbacks were throwing to wide receivers. Jeff Sims and Heinrich Harburg were 1 and 2. There were a couple missed throws, but maybe we just chalk that up to the rain.
So any word on like Marcus Washington, like how long he'll be?
Nothing yet.
He needs to be ready for game 1. Just be ready for game 1.
I mean, here's the thing. We will hear from Matt Rhule around 11 a.m. Players will start at 10:30. we'll hear from Matt Rhule at around 11 a.m.
Did they announce the players?
If there's no, they never do. If there's anything, I guess anything that we know is that these guys, the staff is pretty punctual. They are, if they're not right at 11, they will be earlier than 11, which is something that, maybe is a good thing. But for the most part,
Not early or late.
Yeah, well, for the most part, they are pretty punctual on time, which is something we can appreciate. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing huge to report. I'm sure maybe we do get personnel updates. Who's here, who's not here, who's injured, who's not injured, who's healthy. How are guys coming back from off-season surgeries? Just like kind of a personnel update from Matt Rhule. Maybe we don't. Maybe he won't even tell us, and that's fine too.
Nice.
So, first day of fall camp, felt good to be back at the Hawks.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to it. So
beautiful.
Yeah. But okay, so Raff, I guess now's the time to dive into this.
Yep. Dive in.
So earlier we had the quote from Josh Pate of CBS Sports where he mentions that, Matt Rhule, he used the comparison.
The
now,
next
once
big
again,
thing.
This is not my comparison. This is Josh Pate's comparison of Matt Rhule being the next Brian Kelly.
Yep. With the accent or without the accent?
Without.
Okay.
And
just checking.
And so anyway, the next Brian Kelly, obviously there's a lot of resources here at Nebraska, the recruiting opportunities, the NIL opportunities, the facilities. There's a lot of resources at Nebraska.
Correct.
But he said something at the end of it that kind of caught me off guard. And maybe, I don't know. It caught me off guard because we're still in this thought process of Nebraska, despite not winning a ton recently, still is one of those, I don't want to say destination jobs, but it's one of those, like, once you're there, all right, you're here. You're here barring a crazy circumstance. And he said something along the lines of whether or not, and obviously Josh Pate's talking about national championships.
Yeah.
But it's whether or not he does that at Nebraska or whether he does that somewhere else and uses Nebraska as a springboard.
Yep.
And I do not think of Nebraska as a springboard job.
Yep.
But maybe that's our fault. Maybe we need to start thinking of it
I don't think so.
as a springboard job.
I don't think it is.
I'm not talking like a springboard job such as like I don't know, throw a school out there and I don't know, it's like an Illinois springboard job probably. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Colorado's probably a springboard job. Like,
definitely.
I look at those as springboards.
Yeah.
But also, it's not like Nebraska has had the right to call themselves anything a destination job the last 10 years.
Yeah. I think the only springing that Matt Rhule would do, if we're just talking Matt Rhule, I think the only place that he would go would be Penn State. I think he's here to stay. I don't think there's any other college team that would come in and swoop him away from Nebraska. I don't think that there would be a USC pulling Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma heist. I don't think that would happen, but I do believe that if Penn State came a calling and wanted Matt Rhule to return back home, he'd almost have to do it. It's not, I mean, I hate to bring up Scott Frost, but you almost got to go home to your program. He's really good friends with the athletic director. But another thing that I have said in the past is if Penn State comes a calling for Matt Rhule, that means Nebraska's done something right, because you can't bring Matt Rhule back to Penn State if he's putting up 500 records.
Well, then I'll ask you this. So then I'll ask you this. Does Nebraska have the ability to go steal somebody from somewhere that's not a springboard job? Can Nebraska do what you're saying Penn State could do?
Could they do?
The money's there.
Right now they couldn't, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think right now.
Okay.
But let's fast forward 4 years. Say Coach Rhule gets things going here, and James Franklin decides that he's stepping down or he's going elsewhere, whatever. And the athletic director at Penn State, who Coach Rhule said over and over, they're really good friends, comes and says, Coach Rhule, come back to Penn State. Well, when he goes back, that means Nebraska's probably got the train back on the tracks again, and it's making its way down the tracks. So then I think Nebraska and Trev Alberts could go out and pick somebody that wouldn't be at a springboard school. I think they could go after almost anybody they wanted. I think Nebraska, and it's just a matter of getting the train back on the tracks, though. Right now, the train's not on the tracks. So to get anyone, it'd probably be a bit harder to go out and get a coach from, one of those top schools.
I'm trying to find if.
Yeah, Big Bird, I agree with you.
I'm trying to find if there is a penalty or if Matt Rhule, basically, not that he would specifically have to pay for it, but trying to find out whether or not it's in his contract that if he leaves by a certain year, that he has to pay the university back some, or not back, but he has to pay to buy out of it.
Well, who's the volleyball coach? Is it Danny Busboom?
Yep.
That she's got it where she has to buy out of it unless it's the Nebraska head coaching job. Then she gets out. She can get out for free, or so I would think. I don't know. I would guess you would be able to see it in the contract for Matt Rhule if he has something in there for that to leave Nebraska maybe only for Penn State. I don't know. That'd be interesting to read his contract and see if there's anything in there about Penn State. But I would think that would be the only team that he would leave for. And I would not hold it against him if he went back home. And I always go back to, if he gets that opportunity to go back home, Nebraska's back on the rails, and we're playing some good football, because Penn State fans are not going to be like, hey, come back to Penn State and be our coach. You've only averaged 4 and 5 wins a season.
Well, obviously, yeah, this is depending on a hypothetical that Nebraska is successful, because guess what? Nebraska's not successful in the next 5 years, then we're going to be having a different conversation, one that we just got done having last September.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And that's something, down the road. But I would say for the next 3 to 5 years, I think Coach Rhule's in Lincoln, and he's got one mission. That's
he better be in Lincoln. He's making $9 million a year. I mean, come on,
but
he's got to be in Lincoln.
But there's more. I mean, I know the money's great and all, but at the end of the day, you want to be legendary. At the end of the day, money's great, but you want to win games and you want to be remembered, and that's what's on his mind right now. So it'll be fun to watch. I'm glad we're covering it. It's The Drive, 93.7. That take it.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934, and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Husker fans, register your kids for the Nebraska Kids Club today. Don't miss your chance to get free tickets, exclusive events, and concessions vouchers for this Husker season. For only $35, your kids can get all of that and more. For more information, visit huskers.com/kidsclub. Do you have a newborn or know someone who does? Their infant membership is the perfect gift for your newest Husker fan. They even have a free membership option. Visit huskers.com/kidsclub today. The Nebraska Kids Club, presented by Hy-Vee. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Beep, beep, beep.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers some likely this morning. And we'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 84. Tonight, there's a chance of storms late. Otherwise, partly sunny skies expected with a low of around 70. And tomorrow, we'll see another chance of storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies and a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break, and on behalf of the entire 93.7 The Ticket team, we are excited to announce this fall we are teaming up with Husker Extra for the Big Red Brunch. We'll have big names from now and the past from Husker sports, and that all starts on Wednesday, August 9th for the Big Red Brunch Golf Scramble at Tiburon Golf Club in Gretna. Sign up to play today at omaha.com and find the Big Red Brunch tab. You won't want to miss this on August 9th at Tiburon in Gretna.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, proudly sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Got it. Boom. Oh, it feels good to have that back. I was so nervous on Friday. Whew. Well, I guess it's probably about that time again.
Well, Raff, we got 10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10 minutes?
We got like 8 minutes here.
8 minutes. Okay, so I guess before we get to Raff's good take, we probably should talk about the one thing that has captivated the nation. Are you ready for it?
What's that?
The New York Jets versus the Denver Broncos in Week 5 of the National Football League.
I'm going to let you have the floor on this because I don't know a whole lot about it.
Oh, it was awesome.
So I'll let you basically explain the entire story.
All right. So it started out, Sean Payton came out, basically said that the coaching staff and the office and all that stuff in Denver was basically the worst coaching he's ever seen in his life. Well, then Robert Saleh, the coach for the Jets, came out and basically said, hey, stick to your own business, whatever. Because Payton had also made some comments about the Jets, maybe just, packing up and then just falling flat, which I don't know where that came from. Saleh said, hey, just stay out of our business. Well, 2 days ago, 5765. Jets Broncos.
No, focus.
Sorry.
Focus on
the. So then I think Saturday, Aaron Rodgers had a sit-down interview and basically told Sean Payton to keep his coach's name out of his mouth.
Okay.
And he also brought up that he thought that Sean Payton was very insecure for basically throwing Nathaniel Hackett under the bus. So what this sets up for is Week 5 National Football League. New York Jets at the Denver Broncos. It's going to be a much anticipated game. Sean Payton came out and apologized for what he had said. He said that he still had his Fox cap on, his analyst cap on. But I just with Sean Payton, I don't know. It seems like everything he does is pretty calculated. So I'm not sure what that was for, other than maybe just to gain the full maybe allegiance of his team. But the problem is you kind of bus rolled everyone else. So now you got a mad Aaron Rodgers. So
Denver's gonna lose.
But I did hear something interesting in the Denver news is Aaron Rodgers came out and said that Nathaniel Hackett is a quarterback, or is one of his favorite coaches of all time, loves him dearly, loves his family, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get that. So then why didn't you sign with the Broncos? If you loved him so much, you could have helped his career, could have made him could have helped, could have done all that. So at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers, I take him sort of,
You're mad at Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not mad at Aaron Rodgers, but I'm just saying.
Maybe Aaron didn't want to live in Denver.
But it was his favorite coach of all time. And
Denver kind of sucks.
He loves his family.
The city kind of crappy.
Denver?
Around the places around
you seen
Denver,
those mountains?
The places around Denver, great.
Live in Aspen.
The places around Denver are great.
Yeah.
The city of Denver, not that great.
Oh, well, I mean, you could go out. Well, I mean, the outskirts, Inglewood. I like Inglewood.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The areas around Denver.
You don't gotta live in Denver.
You can live in Golden. You can live in Brett. I mean, obviously, no, I don't want
to. Golden's a long way from the football facilities. You probably don't want to live in Golden. That's
about 30 minutes.
Maybe a little bit further.
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes to the stadium or to the football to
downtown.
Oh no, their practice facilities are in Inglewood.
But their football stadium is in Denver.
Yeah, in Denver. Yep.
I don't know. Okay. So I guess the question is, who do you want to see succeed more, Matt Rhule or Sean Payton?
Matt Rhule.
Good cop out.
No, it's not a cop out.
So you're okay with Sean Payton gets fired after this year?
Yes.
Okay.
He's not going to. They're going to the playoff.
McGee says Inglewood is always up to no good.
Well, different state.
Wait.
But
do you want to place a friendly wager on Denver making the playoffs?
Sure. Why not?
They're not.
Oh, they are.
We'll figure that out.
They are.
We'll figure that out. All right, Raff, go ahead and give your Raff's good take here today.
Do I have to sing this again, or are you going to play the song?
I'll play it.
Oh, thank goodness. That first one was rough.
I'm glad I wasn't here for it.
Oh, it was bad.
I'm glad I did not have to hear it. Here we go.
It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for Raff's good take. It's time for Ralph's Good Take right now. Oh, well done. All right. Today's Ralph's Good Take goes out to Norris Senior Jax Gates. Big congratulations to Jax over the weekend. He committed to the Air Force Academy to play football next year for what is Air Force's?
The Falcons.
The Falcons. That's what I thought. I just saw the Thunderbolt, and we don't have a Thunderbolt on the side of the helmet or something
Don't
like
think
that.
so.
Oh, maybe I was wrong.
Hold on.
But no, congratulations to Jax Gates. I had the opportunity to meet Jax. Oh, it's been about a year ago, actually, at a graduation party, and just impressed me so much by the young man that he was. But it just gets even better. I asked his dad, Jay, I'm like, hey, Jax, whatever his chances, playing college football, whatever. And Jay's one of those fathers, he didn't sugarcoat anything. He says, if he goes in and he works hard, he has an opportunity. They went to Warren Academy. It's been going there for like 7 months, turned the heads of Air Force Academy. And now next year he'll be going to the Air Force. So congratulations, Jax. It's a cool thing when you're a great football player, but an even better person. Continue down that path, and we wish you nothing but the best. And that is Raff's Good Take.
Currently at Norris High School. We'll have to have Jay in at some point here.
Yeah.
To just let us just talk to him a little bit about that recruiting journey. Pete, don't worry, man.
No, boo.
I know better than that.
You're better than this.
I know better than
You're out,
to
Pete.
wager
You're out, Pete.
A newspaper clipping.
I can't believe you just said that. Cowboys going to lose every game this year.
Do they play the Broncos? Because that'll be one game they don't lose.
Whoa, this is horrible.
All right.
Why is everybody always ganging up against me? I'm just a nice guy.
Raff,
yeah.
We got 1 minute here.
1 minute. All right, everybody.
Final thoughts. What is one thing Matt Rhule says today? We're ahead of schedule.
He is going to say, I slept like an angel last night in that dorm room.
I was ready to go today. I was ready to go.
Yep. The dorm room.
I'm fired up.
Bed was comfortable. I hope they put him in the same dorm room that Coach Osborne slept in back in '62.
Are they still standing?
Same exact dorms.
Okay.
Same dorms. It's got to be same bed and everything.
Same bed.
All right, everybody. Have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow. This has been The Drive, 93.7. That Ticket.